हेलो फ्रेंड्स, हाउ आर यू टुडे? कैसे हैं आप लोग? होपफुली अच्छे होंगे। सो आई एम बैक विथ माय न्यू वीडियो ऑन Kubernetes. So my name is Nirmal Shankar and channel name is Nirmal Technical. Please like this video and subscribe my channel. So today my lab agenda is about both two objects uh, about an Kubernetes replication controller and replica set. So I will tell you that what is the role of both objects and why we use in Kubernetes. So replication controller and replica set both are the object which maintain the number of pods, whatever you define in Kubernetes cluster. So here in terms of number of pods, that if you want to create a pod, number of 100 pods having the same service. Okay. So what does that both object replication controller and replica set, they maintain the at every time. If you create a pod under object replicants controller or replica set, so they do maintain all of the time, every time, the number of count of pods like replicage. So if you have already created a 5 pods under the replication controller, so every time that replication controller is having the specific quality, so that the object will maintain that number of copy of pod every time 5. Due to any reason, if there two or three pod got fails, so they that exactly the replication controller will create a more pods automatically. In same way, that is the same function of also replica set. So what is the role of this object? So this is the same type of role of this object replica set. So if you will create a pod under replica set, let's say if you are going to create a 50 pods under replica set object, so the same function of the replica set, it will also maintain all of the time that 50 pods every time. So if any due to any reason 10 or 20 pods will get failed, 20 pods are getting failed, so automatically 20 20 new more pod will be created but having the same service. So this is the main purpose of both objects, and the main difference, what is the difference between both objects, replication controller and replica set. So replication controller works on equality based selector and only equality based selector, but replica set works on both replica set work on both equality based selector as well as set based selector. Now the question is how we'll create a multiple pods having the same service. You can say the same copy of that pods. So there is a one term in Kubernetes, replicage. So you can say there is a one parameter simply. If you set the replicage equal to 10, so it will create a 10 pods. If you set the replicage equal to 20, it will create a 20 pods. So no worry about it. I will show you on lab, then it will be more clear for you. So here already our minikube is setup is done in this virtual machine. Now I have already accessed that this VM on putty terminal. So let me write down first our money first file. For first of all, I will show you replication controller. Okay. So vi rc dot yml, press I. So kind, this is the object. No, kind like whatever you want to create object. So replication controller. So guys, when we will create a pod under replication controller, so this is controls, like this is a controller to maintain the copy of pods like replicage. Okay, let me write down manifest file, then I will show you how does it work. So replication controller, then API version is equal to v1, then metadata. Okay, metadata, I will write down name of that object. So name that rc, whatever you want, you can put here name, any name. Okay, RC I write down because I'm showing you first replication controller, so I write down here in short way, short code RC, that object name. Then specification. So in specification, then you have to write down here replicage. So if I want to create a 10 pods of same service, so I will write down a replica is equal to 10. Then selector. So selector, if let's say in selector, so I as I told you in previous video about label, so this is like selector. So like type A. But remember, if you define in selector type is equal to A, so you have to define the same in pod for labels. Type is equal to A. I will show you how. Then here template. Then here metadata. Now in template you are going to define for pod. So metadata here. Then here write down here name update pod. So test pod. Then here labels, label, and that. Now you have to write down here type is equal to A. So type is equal to A. Metadata name test port label type is equal to A. Now here write down. Now I have to write down here specification. So in specification we are going to create containers. Then here name C00 and image nginx. This time I will write down I will take a nginx mix. Okay, nginx. Okay, so let me tell you again one by one. This is the object replication controller, data API version v1, metadata name rc, specification replica 10, selector. So type is equal to A. In template metadata, so in template you are going to create a pod. So in metadata I have to define a name of that pod. So test pod, label it, type is equal to A. In specification, okay, wait. So in specification you have to here write down, remember. Then container, okay, yes, name, then image, okay. WQ, let me apply these changes. kubectl apply uh, hyphen f and rc.yml. What is the problem here? V1 cannot be handled as replication controller. Strict decoding error, unknown field specification, template, metadata, label, labels. Okay, type is equal to A. Yes, yeah. So replication controller successfully created. Yeah, you guys, you see, this time it didn't reflect a pod because the object is replication controller. So let me check kubectl get rc. So here you can see write down. Okay, let me show. You can see desired. So what I put here that replica is equal to 10. Let me show that file. Okay, you can see replicas I have defined 10. Okay, control L. So you can see desired equal to 10 because I have defined that 10 copy of that pods. Okay, 10 current is equal to 10, ready is equal to 0 means that pods which I have requested to that replication controller is not ready. It is in progress because if you fire this, if you will fire this command again, so ready count will be different. kubectl get pods. Okay, you can see that container is creating. That's why the count is showing here 0. No problem. Control L. So kubectl get RC. It is creating desired is equal to 10, current is 10, and ready is equal to 0. So it is in progress. Either you can also fire this command kubectl get replication replication and controller. The same output will be seen. Now you can see the ready counted. Now this time is 6 because 6 container already have been created successfully. So now let me show you pods. So kubectl get pods. Yes. Now all pods have been successfully created. So all pods. So this is the pod's name RC. But because the one thing let tell me you, I have defined the 10 pods. I have defined in manifest file that 10 pods. So RC that is the object under replication controller RC, and this is the pod's name. Actually overall that is the pod's name. But RC is common for all the pods. You can see RC. That is the name is different. 649 BK and RK1 something like that. Okay. Now you, if you see that command, now you can see that current rate is equal to 10. So you are getting what I am telling you. Desired is equal to 10 because I have said the defined replica is equal to 10. Current is equal to 10 means whatever you define and it is successfully created, or ready means all of container are successfully running, all pods are ready. So control L, kubectl get pods -o avoid. Now you can see, oh, where brother, control L. Okay. Now you can see all pods are successfully running one by one. That means I have already told you many times. That means you have created one container in which one container is successfully running. One container you have created and means in which already one container is successfully running. Means the container which you created is successfully running. 1 by 2 means that you have created two containers but one is successfully running. Because but here you can see all content, all pod. This is the pod name. See, this is the pod's name. This is pod name, not container name. See, this is pod name. All pods are successfully running, and in that containers is also successfully running. And the age means you have created before 3 minutes 23 seconds, 3 minutes 23 seconds. And this is the IP. You can tell me. Can you tell me which IP is this? This is the pod's IP. You can see 10.244.0 for all the common, but this is the IP which is assigned by kubelet. This is no sorry. This is assigned by kubeproxy to each and every pods. You remember I told you in previous sessions. Kubeproxy assign the IP to pod. Okay, so this is the pod's IP. This is the pod IP. This is the pod's IP. This is the pod's IP. This is the pod IP. Okay. Now let me show you the function of replication controller. How? Control L kubectl get pods. See, there are 10 containers running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I will delete because I have to show you how replication controller works. So I will delete starting two containers. Sorry, I will delete first two pods. You can see magic. It will automatically create two pods, two new pods again. How? kubectl delete pod and then pod name. So let me do one thing. I will create a okay, no problem. I will delete first only one pod. Okay, yes, this pod is deleted. Still it is under progress. So now count should be 9 because I have deleted one pod here. But no, it will create a new pod again. How? Let me show you. And it will be automatically. I don't need to create a new pod again. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again. But now you think how which pod is just created. So you can see in every pod the age means time, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, but this pod is 21 seconds. So this pod is just created, but automatically this pod created automatically. I didn't do anything because you have created pod under object replication controller. So what does it replication controller? Its replication controller saw, oh, there are 10 pods, their replica is equal to 10. So every time there should be 10 pods, but the found that one pod is deleted. So he will create, like object will create a one new pod again. Okay, then let me show you again. Kubectl get pods. I will create this pod again. Kubectl delete pod. Hmm. Otherwise, I will create all pods. Let me show you this example also. I will delete all pods in a single command. Then it will create again all 10 pods. How? Kubectl delete pods hyphen hyphen all. Take this, see this magic. All pods are in deleting process. I am doing nothing. I just deleted all the pods. But what does replication controller? What will be the output? Again, kubectl get outputs. Hopefully, guys, you have understand what should be the output. You can see again 10 new pods. So, what should output come? If you're going in a logical way, you can think there should output should be zero because I have deleted all the parts. But no, you can see container creating. I didn't create anything. This is the main. I am trying to tell you. This is the main concept of replication controller. It is again creating all 10 new pods. So three pods have been successfully created and other pods in under progress. So if you see again the output of kubectl get rc, you can see 10 desired, 10 current, 10 ready means each and every condition. If you create a pod under application controller, so this scenario like desired 10, current 10, mean desired or current, mean desired is should be equal to current. You are getting desired 10 and current 10. So if you desire 10, then current should be 10. If you desire 20, then current should be 20. Each and every condition. So this is the concept of replication control. Same role of also replica set, but there's a one main difference in replica set. A replica set works on the both equality based selector as well as uh, set based selector. But today I will show you only the set equality based selector. Control L. One more thing. Also, I will show you how to scale up, scale down in also under application controller. So kubectl get RC. So here you can see the desired is equal to 10 and current equal to 10. But if you want to scale up, like you want to create, you want 5 new pods again, adding to the same service. There you have defined already in manifest file replica is equal to 10. So 10 pod will be always timely running the same service. If you delete, you already I said with you, I have deleted 10 all the pods, but it created again 10 new pods. But if you want to scale up means you want to increase the count of pods. Let's say if there are 10 pods running same service, but you want that there should be 5 more pods. So either there is one option you have to edit, you have to modify that your manifest file. No worry, there is a process for that also. using a CLI based command level interface. How? kubectl scale. You want to scale up means you want to increase the count. So replicas, because currently replica is equal to 10. So if you want to scale up, so replica is equal to just taking adding two more container, replica is equal to 12. Okay, then RC or then RC. So don't confuse it. This RC, that means replication controller. This is the object or the object named what I have already defined manifest file RC. Or let me fire this command. You can see replication controller RC scaled. Now imagine, now guess what should be the output of this command. Yes, desired is equal to 12, current is equal to 12. Let me show you. Yes, scaled up. And current ready is equal to 11. This time ready is equal to 10. But it should be also 12 because the one container is still in progress. Now it should be 12. Yes. So you let me show you pods. Cube CTL get pods. Yes. Now you can see this time the pods count is 12 and earlier pod is this new pod is created 35 second and 34 second. Now if you want to delete two pods, you have one pod again. So now it will create a one new pod again. So now you have scaled up. You have scaled up. Now you have scaled up. Like in every situation, there should be a 12 pod, 12 replicas. You can say 12 replicas. So cube ctl delete pod and this pod. Okay. Yes, this pod is deleted. It is still in progress. So, guys, you are getting now what is the role of scale up and scale down. Scale up means that means you want to increase, scale up and scale down. You want to decrease. If you want to increase up number of pods, see, don't get it confused. Replicas and scale up, scale down. Replicas you want to create a copy of, like if you defined in manifest file replicas equal to 100 under a replication controller object. So whatever replication controller do, controller will do create a 100 pods of same service. But if you want to scale up, like you want to add a 20 new pods having the same service, so either you have to edit, you modify your file and replica is equal to 120. So you can do using that cube scale up scale command, kubectl scale. Then you have to increase count of replicas 120. What I did in similar way. Firstly, there was replica is equal to 10. Then because you want to scale up, so I have put here replica is equal to 12. Whatever you want, okay, you can do. Now you can see again that output of kubectl get pods. So each and every condition, this could count should be 12 because you have already defined replica is equal to 12 scale up. So you can see this pod is just earlier created. So this is about a replication controller and a scale up controller. Now I will show you also scale down. Now I will put here replica is equal to 1, this, and kubectl get RC. You can see here desired is equal to 1, current is equal to 1, rate is equal to 1. And I will show you. Now all of the pods except one are in what? Terminating progress. How? Cube. Because you have already scaled down, like in 12 pods, 11 pod will be terminating. How? Let me show you. Cube CTL get pods. Wait, cube CTL get pod. Cube CTL get RC. I think okay, because I think if you want to again scale up, let's say I want to scale up like 10. then it will show you. Control L, you can see one is running and 9 new pods is creating process. Container is creating, container is creating. So this is about scale up, scale down. You can do everything using scale up, scale down. You want to, if you want to create, so you increase number of pods. So you can do scale up. If you want to decrease number of pods, so you can do scale down. So just if you want to increase the number of pods, scale up. So you just increase number of replicas like 10 to 20, 30, 40, whatever you want. If you want to decrease, yeah, like scale down, so you have to write down if already replica is equal to 10, so whatever you want, replica equal to 2, 3, 4, what I just shared with you. So now moving on the next another object replica set. So same file I will do, what I will do, go here in this file. Yes, press I and I will just change that here, replica set object name. Today I will show you only equality base, not set base. In another live I will show you set base. So replica set, just to change their name here. If you want, you can continue the same name, but I will put here RS. Oh, RS. Okay, replica is equal to 10. So if you want replicas, let's say 5, and that type, no problem. Types, the selector should be common, no issue, and that change that name of pod. So test only, no problem. But remember, selector and label should be same uh, every condition. So test, then container, change that container name here. So container name like C01 and image. Okay, image continue nginx. Press WQ. Another, don't confuse. Now I'm sharing with you replica set object using under replica set object how you will do create a replica. Okay, WQ. Now cube CTL apply hyphen F on RC dot YML. What happened? Source mapping not found for name RS namespace. No matches for kind replica setting. Wait. Okay, dears. One more thing I forgot to told you. Sorry for that, dears. Actually, replica set also API version should be apps, not V1. It doesn't come in even V1 version. Okay, apps. Now it should be run. Equal to 5. The match expression, match label, match labels, match labels. Okay, selector. Yes, selector. This is the match labels type A. Selector, match labels, match expression. Yes. Okay, let me show you what where is the problem. That actually in replica set you have to write down selector in both replica set and replication controller, but in replica set you have to add one more thing, match labels and match expression. So match label it is for equality base, and match expression it will be for set base. But I am not sharing today because I this is only for equality base. Okay, so already that file is ready. Now let me show you. Cube CTL get RS this time. You can see successfully desired is equal to 5, current is equal to 5, ready is equal to 5. So you have desired that 5, current 5 of 5. So all 5 pods are successfully created and running successfully. Control L, cube, ctl get rs, cube ctl get pods. So guys, actually na I didn't delete previous pods having the rc. So what I will do, let me delete cube ctl get kubectl get rc cube ctl delete rc, and then it cube cube ls cube ctl get pods. Yes, press L. Now you can see there are 5 pods which are successfully running in. Now let me do the same thing here. I will delete one pod, kubectl delete pod. So it will create again new pod. You can see here that I have deleted this pod. So you cannot see this pod here in this list because this is deleted, but it already one pod is created. Okay, you can see it in under progress container creating. So this is the main function of like replication control replica set, that it means they maintain the every time whatever you have defined the number of replicas. If you set the number of replicas 10 to 4, so every time it maintains. Like there should be a number of replicas always every time maintains. Like if you delete it, if you get fails, so it will create again the number of replicas. It will create like if the two container, because here the example what I'm trying to share with you, like here that pods are not getting fails, pod are successfully running, so I have deleted one pod, so it should be 4 generally, but no, because the pod, if the pod is created under replication controller replica set, so it will create again a failed pods. So I have deleted one pod, so what did that replica set, it had been successfully created one new pod, you can see here. Yes. So friend, this is the like about replication control replica set, and okay, hopefully you have understand what is the role of that both objects and how you will create a manifest file using that both objects. Thank you all. Bye bye. Take